Hello guys, today we will be looking at server-sent events. Along with that, we will also verify the Chrome browser support 6 concurrent TCP connections using HTTP 1.1 protocol. Okay, so yeah, let's get started with our video. As you are, all of you are aware about uh, the simple request response cycle where client will be making a request to server and server will be sending response, and then again client will again make a request to server and server will respond back. Okay, so that is our traditional request response cycle. With same structure, there is another request response cycle which is kind of long polling, where just there is a simple catch, like client will be making request to server and server will wait for the data to come, and after there is data, it will send back the response, and again the client will again make the request to the server and server will send back the response. So that is how it I will be show you long polling here with the ClickBuzz. So here with ClickBuzz, if you see, ClickBuzz is making this to uh, request to fetch the latest commentary, and then once the response is received, it makes new requests. So now you in some time it will make the request for the another. Okay, so that is how server sent event, long polling is. With server sent event, it is basically like client will be making a request to server, and it can be and server will then send the response after that, and it will be one-way communication after that. Okay, so and then there is another thing called WebSocket, where a client can make request to server and server will send response to client, but in that server can send response multiple time, and in between client can also make a the request to the uh, request to the server. Okay, so basically here we created one TCP connection and it got deleted here. So in one TCP connection we were making just the one single API call. Same with the request response and long polling. Here in server sent event, the TCP connection created will be long lived, and the same connection will be used for whole life cycle of this request response. Okay, and same here. So with WebSocket, we will be making one TCP connection, and in that TCP connection, there will be a bidirectional communication between client and server. Okay, so with server sent event, we will be looking at that. So basically, this is based on HTTP 1.1 protocol or HTTP protocol, and this have separate protocol related to WebSocket. So as we said, with HTTP 1.1, there are six concurrent TCP connection a server can handle with sorry, not server, basically the browser can send. Okay, browser have that limit of six concurrent TCP connection to one domain. Means with if we change the domain, then we can make another request for six concurrent requests for that server. I will be making video related to HTTP 1.1 and HTTP 2, where I will be showing that. But yeah, I will explain that in more detail. Let's get started with our code, where I created one similar application kind of thing like ClickBuzz, where the motive of my application is to like just demo the server sent event, and this is not a production level, or this is just a demo project, okay? Because as you can see, I am using states, so it is stateful, so this is not production ready. Just I'm making this video for a demo, and our main purpose is to demo this server sent event, okay? So in my application, I have a match, a score, and then there is in library I will be having a score provider. So basically, this score provider will be having a match, and it will just send us the uh, updates on every like. So basically, I will show you that part of code as well. So here it will get updated score. We can consider as from somewhere it will be getting that score, okay? So uh, so here like I'm considering my logic as this. So where I'm like I have array where means the possible runs per ball, where it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 6, and then it can be a -1. -1 stands for wicket in our case. So here like I will be randomly getting the index, and will so that's how we'll be getting the score of that ball, okay? I'm using observer pattern here, where like my scores service will be like uh, observing this observable. Yes, it needs to, I forgot to write that. Observable, it is observable, okay? So this is observable, where like I have, so I have those interfaces like observable, uh, where I will be registering those score observers, and notify them once the data is updated. So in my score observer, I will be accepting the instance of score observable. Yeah. So in match service, I am just creating new matches, and in that match, like we can uh, we can have score. So in that score service, like we can have, so this score is like a class, entity class, where we will be persisting our connections and maintaining connections inside the code. And when we go into production, then also we need to do that inside our code only. There is no stateless thing with for connection, because it is a like it is not kind of data, right? It is a connection, TCP connection. So we need to store that in means in our code only, or in our live process maybe. And it will be having these details. And then this is update method, that is from the observer class. So once we get the detail or the current score, means once the score is updated by our score provider, it will notify us using this method, and we will be like updating, we will be like sending the responses to uh, or sending the data, latest data, to our users using this notify connections method, where I am like iterating over the connections and writing the data to it, okay? So one more thing related to like the server sent event and the WebSocket. Server sent event can only send the data in text format, and this can send in binary as well. So that is the like limitation of server sent event. And one more limitation was the 6 TCP connections, concurrent TCP connections, as like our server. So let's say whenever you will be creating your front end, you will be making those calls, and one if and those will be long lived. And so we will be using maybe one connection, and that is booked, and we will be having only five connections. So that is performance degradation, right? And let's say if there is another thing related to like let's say the same app we open in uh, multiple browser tabs, then also it will make those connections. So that will also block our server on this browser. Okay, so because the limit of six connections will be crossed, right? So that is the thing. Yeah. So we can write to the response using connection dot write, or it is simply a response where I'm storing the responses here. Okay. Yeah. So here is my application where like the entry point is the route match, where I am creating a new match, and with that match, let's say so the match is created here, and in score service I will be maintaining the match and the score class. Okay, so that thing I'm maintaining here, like inside this is also stateful, so where I'm creating a map and storing that things in map, so the score and the match. Okay, and one more thing related in match, so to get the score, I created one route like of which match you want score. So in that thing, like I'm using, so uh, here basically like I'm getting that connection, that score, and checking if there is no score, then I will be throwing error. If there is score, and then if 10 wickets are already there, means already taken, that means the match is ended. So I will be just returning. Else I will be like kind of subscribing and making this connection as keep alive, and it will be long live connection. And here is the thing. So to implement HTTP, to implement server sent event, we need this thing only. This is the only requirement to implement SSE. Okay, with this setting the content type and setting the connection as keep alive will work for us to make that HTTP connection into a server sent event. Okay, perfect. So I'm here like adding the connection to that match score, where like I'm adding just pushing that connection into the stateful connection list we are maintaining. So that's it. Let's go into the demo part of this in PM run dev. Okay, so let's wait. So here I need to create a match, else like, so these are the two routes to create a match and to get the score of that match. Okay, so uh, let's check match not found. But once if we create match, and then if we create match and just get the connection, okay, now you can see the data is getting like the server is sending us the data. Okay, we are not making any call, just a single call, and we are getting the data. Perfect. So that is how server sent event works. I'm like basically killing the connections once the match is completed. So in this, like once the 10 connections, sorry, 10 wickets are done, I will be deleting the connections. So this is how I am like in making that long lived connection, means I'm deleting that or killing that long lived connection here. but in your case you may have to like have that connection booked for whole life cycle of that application, and it will so that means that automatically means like you are using it, you are like utilizing the one connection from that sixth connection browser provided to us. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, the match is completed, and here you can see the scores are like uh, match ID ball 72 at the end. It is 149 runs and 10 wickets were taken. Current ball score is 0. Okay, perfect. Uh, yeah. That's it. And let's go with, so I want to demo the six connection, right? So let's create six, seven, seven, eight connection matches, and let's do that thing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and 8. So as we started with 2, so 7 connections are done. Let's make the calls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this 7. Oh, one was completed earlier, so we were not able to demo that part. Let me restart the server again, because currently like these are the 4 connections. Okay, because that is random, so the wickets were taken earlier. So let's restart our server. Okay, no match is found, right? Let me just make another matches. Okay, perfect. So let me create new matches now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Go for 9 also. So the first, the second, and the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and this is our seventh request I'm making, and this is our eighth request. As you can see, this is waiting. This is waiting, so it is not yet to make call. Okay, this is waiting, and this is working. So now this is done. Then this will accept. Okay, right now. So as you can see, the request, it request got accepted once our one of request get completed. So with this, we can prove that we had means we can have 6 concurrent TCP connection at max in Chrome browser. Okay, that is same with many, and so like the TCP connection for HTTP one is I guess 6 for many browsers and 100 plus something for the HTTP 2, and for WebSocket it is around or more than 200. So that's the thing. So more probably we'll be using WebSocket, but when to use server sent event? That is the main question. So platforms where like there is a very less traffic, and like you just want to means call things on particular page and just get the updates. Let's say the dashboard thing. So in dashboard you can just get the data in the like the real time data, right? In our case it was also the same thing. so we don't have to make connections again and again, just one connection and get all the data. So that's how it is. Yeah, thank you.